Let's take a closer look at the brilliant and intellectually adventurous writer Iris Murdoch, whose work bridges philosophy and fiction with remarkable elegance. Her full name was Dame Jean Iris Murdoch, and this fact has actually been asked in exam, so keep it in mind. Murdoch was both Irish and British, a novelist and philosopher who spent much of her career exploring themes of good, evil, freedom, and moral complexity. She believed that the human mind is always struggling between selfish desires and the ethical demands of the world around us. Murdoch's intelligence and wit made her stand out from her contemporaries. Readers and critics admired her for her high seriousness, but also for the lightness, humor, and comic insight that filled her stories. She frequently explored the tension in relationships, especially how desire, obsession, and miscommunication shape human behavior. Her first published work was not a novel but a study of philosophy titled Sartre, Romantic Rationalist, which appeared in 1953. Soon after, she entered the world of fiction, releasing a long list of novels that shaped post-war British literature. Her most famous early novel, Under the Net, came out in 1954 and later appeared in the Modern Library's list of the top 100 English language novels of the 20th century. Another major achievement was The Sea, which won the Booker Prize in 1978, a fact that has been tested in exam. Throughout her career, Murdoch continually explored moral philosophy through fictional characters, weaving comic energy with ethical seriousness. Her bibliography is extensive, including titles such as The Bell, A Severed Head, The Red and the Green, The Nice and the Good, The Black Prince, Henry and Cato, The Philosopher's Pupil, The Good Apprentice, The Book and the Brotherhood, The Message to the Planet, and The Green Knight. Each one shows her fascination with human error, moral confusion, and the possibility of redemption. Now, let's turn to Murdoch's breakthrough novel, Under the Net, which appeared in 1954. It was her first published novel, and that point has been asked in exam. The story is set in London and follows Jake Donahue, a struggling writer who wanders through the city in search of meaning, truth, and emotional clarity. This setting of London is often tested in exam as well. Murdoch blends philosophical reflection with picaresque adventure, which gives the novel its lively and unpredictable rhythm. The book is dedicated to Raymond Queneau, a French writer known for his experimental style. Jake even mentions reading Beckett's Murphy and Queneau's Pierrot Mon Ami, and these two texts echo the philosophical questions that run through the novel. This connection between the books and Murdoch's themes has been noted in exam, so it's worthwhile to remember it. The epigraph of Under the Net comes from Dryden's Secular Masque, another detail that has been tested in exam. It points to the idea that misunderstandings, illusions, and human confusion often drive our actions. This theme becomes central to Jake's journey. The novel begins when Jake is evicted, forcing him into a series of misadventures that push him toward personal growth. He reconnects with Hugo Belfounder, a philosophical figure from his past, and their conversations lead Jake to question his earlier ideas about truth, art, and the self. Jake's pursuit of Sadie, an actress with whom he shares a complicated history, takes him through comic scenes, mistaken identities, and reflections on how easily we misinterpret others. One of the central episodes involves a heist of Hugo's manuscript, where Jake realizes that much of what he believed about Hugo was based on his own selfish assumptions. By the end of the novel, Jake comes to a quiet revelation. Human connection matters more than clever theories, more than artistic pride, and more than the illusions we create to protect ourselves. Murdoch uses Jake's adventures to show how morality operates not in abstract philosophy, but in everyday encounters, misunderstandings, and acts of kindness. Under the Net remains a remarkable debut, combining humor, intellectual depth, and emotional honesty. It marks the beginning of Murdoch's long and influential career, a career defined by her belief that storytelling can illuminate the ethical challenges of being human.